Morning, Mr. Lee. How are you?
I'm all right. Good morning.
Good. Mr. Lee, please give us your full name and your Department of Corrections ID.
Maurice Lee, 492-332.
Mr. Lee, my name is Alvin Roche, and to my left is Ms. Pearl Wise, and to my right is Mr. Freeman. We're here for a revocation hearing this morning. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And do you have a revocation questionnaire in front of you?
Yes, sir.
Is all that information correct?
Yes, sir.
And so is that your signature dated 1/26/2023?
Yes, sir.
Do you have an appointed attorney this morning?
No, sir.
Do you want an attorney this morning?
Yes, I can have one.
Yeah. Okay. That will mean that we have to continue this case, but you're not eligible for appointed attorney. Do you want to hire an attorney?
No, sir.
Do you want to proceed without the attorney?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Lee, you're here because you have been accused of violating the conditions of your parole supervision contract. I will read the violations, and you have an option between guilty with a statement, not guilty with a statement. You understand the process?
Yes, sir.
The parole board is conducting a revocation hearing as you've been accused of violating the following conditions. Condition number 4.1. Condition number 4.1. You fail to refrain from engaging in criminal activity as you were arrested by the New Orleans Police Department on November 16, 2021, with simple battery, the possession of a firearm or weapon by a felon. According to the docket master, you were charged with simple battery, and the charge was refused on January 13, 2022, under Orleans Magistrate number 595212. How do you plead?
Not guilty with a statement.
Condition number 4.2. While incarcerated, you were revoked. While incarcerated, you were revoked by the Orleans Parish Police Department on November 22nd, 2021, for domestic abuse assault with a dangerous weapon, aggravated assault with a firearm, aggravated burglary, and criminal trespassing, an incident that occurred on October 25th, 2021. According to docket master filed under Orleans 553-112D, you were billed by the New Orleans Parish District Attorney's Office for possession of a firearm or weapon by a felon in domestic abuse aggravated battery with a dangerous weapon and home invasion on January 6, 2023. The charges of domestic abuse battery and possession of a firearm or weapon by a felon was now passed. Home invasion was amended to criminal trespassing. You pled guilty to criminal trespassing on January 13th, 2023, and you were sentenced to 6 months with credit for time served. How do you plead?
Guilty with a statement.
Number 10, you failed to make a single payment. You failed to make a single payment towards your supervision fee, and you're currently $1,817 behind on your supervision fee. How do you plead?
I plead guilty.
Your case has been assigned to me, Mr. Lee, so let's make your statement on condition number 4.1. That's your criminal activity of simple battery in possession of a firearm, and that was now crossed by the Orleans Parish PA's office. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
What is your statement?
I plead not guilty because my the woman I was staying with at the time, she don't see eye to eye with my kids, and their mother had just passed on October, and we had a verbal altercation on the 15th, a Monday before I came to jail, after my kids' mother had died, and I was sleeping over at their house because they're young and I don't live with them at all, and we in the process of burying her, and she just felt like, you know, as a woman's point of view, intuition, she felt like I still was in a relationship with her, but I'm not in a relationship with her. So we had a verbal altercation. Then that night came, I left, I come back to the house. The next morning, the police came and they took me to jail.
Okay. And you pled guilty to condition number 4.2, and you pled guilty in court to criminal trespassing, and you got 6 months parish jail with time served. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
How much of that time have you served already?
I served 16 months.
Okay. Now, why haven't you paid a single payment since you've been on supervision towards your supervision fee?
I got released on May the 12th during the pandemic. They didn't have no jobs. I had got a job a year later. That was my first job that I had received. And at that time, my baby mama had just passed in October after Hurricane Ida. So I didn't really have a job until like a month or two after the hurricane hit. Because when I came home, it was the pandemic. They didn't have no jobs or anything. And when I sent them my first check stub, I asked the supervisor about filing income taxes. Because when the last time I was on parole, they took my state taxes from me not making any payment because I couldn't make a payment. And the supervisor said it was okay. But at the time of me trying to make a payment, my kid's mother had passed, so I had to help them. So once I was gonna get finished helping them, I was gonna make a payment. And from my paperwork, they said they had received a payment.
When did you get released on supervision?
May the 12th, 2020.
2020.
Yeah, but you didn't say May 11th, 2020.
Okay, I'm sorry, May 11th, 2020.
Fine, that's fine.
Now, and you were arrested in November of 21.
Yes.
And you said you just had gotten a job.
Yes, I got a job that was July, right before Hurricane Ida.
That was July 21.
Yes.
So you were unemployed almost
A year, yes.
a year. Now, how do you plan to take care of your back fees?
I still could go back to my job, my recent job. I keep in contact with them. I was just waiting on to get released. I could still go back to work and start paying back on it.
And where were you working?
At Mandina's food restaurant.
And you have assurance that you still have that job?
Yes, sir.
Any questions, Mr. Davis? Any questions, Ms. Barnes?
So what is your relationship with that young lady now?
We don't conversate. My new residence is with my kids. I have to live with them because they don't have no parent now, and I'm the only parent. I've been here over a year, so they've been staying in the house by themselves, but their grandma takes care of them. But since I've been in here, I changed my address to their address so I could take care of them because my two youngest ones, well, my first youngest one, she's about to graduate this year, so I feel as though like it's my responsibility to take care of her so she could be ready for graduation this year. So I changed my address with my parole officer to their house, so I'm gonna be staying with them whenever I get released.
Is this a residence that's already paid for? You got to pay rent on it or what?
None, it's on the Section 8 program with my oldest child, and she works.
Okay.
So I'll just be helping them to pay rent and stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's all I have.
Mr. Lee, would you like to make a brief closing statement and tell us why we should not revoke you?
The reason why I take full responsibility for taking the misdemeanor plea deal and for you not to revoke me. I've been gone from my children for 3.5 years, and I finally came home and I was there for my first child's graduation. And I feel as though y'all shouldn't revoke me because my kids don't have no other parent but me, and they're young, and the teenagers today are getting into stuff. And I thank the Lord my kids not involved in it because I have 2 daughters and 1 son, and they're up in age teenagers. So I feel as though that you shouldn't revoke me because I'm still like a guidance in their life.
Thank you, Mr. Lee.
All right.
Is the panel ready to vote?
I have one other question. There was some indication you on medication. What kind of medications are you taking?
I take it's for my disease I have.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. That's all I had. Yeah.
Mr. Lee, before I deliver my decision, I want to tell you the first thing that you should do when you get released, if you get released, is go talk to your parole officer.
Mm-hmm.
Make some arrangements. If circumstances are such that those fees can be waived, she can arrange that. But you have to talk to your parole officer. Your parole officer is your friend. And he or she can do some arrangements so that you can get those arrears taken care of. You may have to pay part of it, but part of it might be able to be waived.
Okay.
The first thing you do is report to your parole officer and discuss the $1,800 that you are in the arrears.
Okay.
That's a very large amount of money, and it'd be very difficult to catch up.
Okay.
My decision this morning is to do not revoke and to add a condition that you have no contact with Shannon Bannister.
Yes.
I mean, no contact.
Okay.
This person should be completely out of your life. Because I think contact with this individual will put you in trouble again.
Okay.
You agree with me?
Yes, sir.
This is why.
Mr. Lee, I'm very concerned about you. I wish your kids were a priority before. But based on what you're telling us today, your kids are your first priority.
They is.
I hope so. I really hope so, because they do need one parent. I'm going to concur with my colleague. My vote is to do not revoke By finding guilty allegations, but due to the length of time served. And I want you to report bi-weekly to your parole officer for the next 3 months. Make
Okay,
sure you're acclimated to your supervision and what you need to do.
okay,
And being a full-time father, that's gonna be added pressures. Make sure you share that with your office, and they can make some referrals if they need to. That's what you do.
thank you.
Mr. Freeman,
Mr. Lee, you pled guilty to criminal charges, and they were very serious and violent. My vote is to revoke.
Mr. Lee,
Uh-huh.
you have received 1 vote to revoke, 2 votes to do not revoke with the added condition you should have no contact with Ms. Shannon Bannister.
Okay,
Decision of this board this morning is to do not revoke. You have a good day.
thank you.